Hello, folks. I just finished a session essentially for women. One of my students just promoted it, and I really want to get this across as a really positive message. And I had around 10 women in my class. It's a one-off, okay? It's a session that happens once. And I asked them, what are the things that you fear the most? And my class plan was that. My class plan was come here, ask them what you fear the most, and let's go and look into some of the trends. So here are the things that I've collected from them. And let's understand these are girls that are about to go to college, at least in the US, college, it's university in Europe. And these are the fears that go through their minds, are very legitimate. And we need, as instructors, as parents, to tackle them, okay, to tackle them properly. Because if they have their fears, it's because they're coming from somewhere. So ask them 3 things and what should I learn to defend against? One of them, being drugged. Second, being in a corner. Third, being stabbed, okay? Another one, getting stabbed, okay? Being drugged, getting put in a corner by an attacker or several. Being mugged, and I did try to go a bit more deep on what is being mugged. Drugged at a party, so a lot of concern around here. Cornered, threatened in a parking lot. We'll have looked into the being cornered situation and what to do. Hello, hi there. Another one, being cornered. So we do know that this being cornered is a situation. Attacked from behind, someone approaches with a weapon. That's an important thing as well, to understand what to do. Then also, how to fall, okay? If you fall, what should you do? How to defend when you are on the floor, when you fall down. Another one, I'm approached by someone with a gun or a knife, so a threat, okay? Then what do I do if multiple people approach me? Again, the situation of being cornered. Another one, 3 things. I'm cornered, maybe by multiple people. And if an attacker has a hammer or a stick, what should I do? Or if an attacker tries to grab my arms from behind. There is something very positive in the Krav Maga curriculum, is that we do have, I'm going to say, the answers to most of these questions, at least the answers at the class level, at the scenario level. Then we need to continuously work on this. And what I'm going to show you behind is what I've recollected from some of the research papers around self-defense. The data behind those papers it's not the best, but it's what it is. There isn't much published in this area. Although there might be some things in Chinese, but my level of for that language is not the best yet. Let's go through what we did cover. We did cover a lot of that content, but a lot of the contents in there. What I want to give you is what I know that curriculum-wise and training-wise we are doing as instructors. And if we aren't, then we need to make sure that that this happens. And I mean this. So we got behind me, you'll see a chart. Here it is, the chart. And the chart talks about when I go to college, what happens in my first 4 years, okay? Or 4 to 5 years, depending on the time that you'll be there. On the top, it's the risk of being attacked, and below is the time. The straight line is that the risk does go up in the beginning. Obviously, you don't know exactly where you are. And it could be like in every 100 people, 10 of them are attacked. I'm not making a distinction between men and women. The knowledge is that women are more attacked, but there are more reports on that as well. So that's where we need to understand this. The studies that I've seen is that if you do train self-defense, if you do train proper self-defense, and we'll talk about what is proper self-defense, within a specific time frame and within specific intensities of work, you can reduce that risk to almost half, and then therefore moving it to very, very lower levels of risk of being attacked. attacked, could be being grabbed, could be verbally attacked. So the authors in the studies did mention different perspectives in that. If you go to the blog in the FAKM site, we have that information there. Now, in terms of duration is in here. It needs something around 24 to 26 hours. I've seen some studies that talk about 20 hours. All the other studies talk about the police training. They do 8 hours minimum at a very high intensity, and they can remember those scenarios for specific situations like gun defense, stick defense. But it's only for very high intensity, and they cover these 8 hours as part of the training program. We are looking at civilians in here, and the data that I've collected is that you need to be working at least 24 to 26 hours. Now, first, these 24 to 26 hours have some characteristics, and they are between 6, 8, and 12. This is the double of this one. Which one is best? Still to decide, still to do. Decide means doing. The intensity of the training should be between medium and high. So technical work in here needs to be reduced to the minimum complexity. So you're not gonna teach a punch, a kick, and a throw, okay? You're gonna learn some very specific techniques, some, not many, but very few. That means, for example, being able to hit with the palm, being able to make the 360, and the specific kick to the groin, and then situations on the ground. It's also important that the program and the objectives are very, very specific to you. And in this case, what I mean by the program is you train 3 times per week, and you revise contents all over the place so that you can progress. It also needs to make sure that the group that you are working is very, very supportive. What I mean by supportive is if I am able to share with the group my insecurities and the things that take me to learn self-defense, it could have been because I was attacked, or I don't feel confidence in myself, it's okay. The group needs to support you on that and take you on that journey, okay? There are other practices in here as well. That is the fact of you need to be able to journal your path. And you need always to reassess what you do. In our case, we do semi-controlled sparring situations where the partners or the instructor proposes higher levels of intensity. Now, if we can get this together, if we can get girls and boys, but we had more girls in here. We had girls that say they need to know about this. But the question is that in order for those things to happen, all the things in there, the threat needs to come from the boys, isn't it? So we are talking about a change in the way that we educate everyone, not only the girls or not only the boys. But in terms of utilizing that at the highest level, that is when the threat appears, you are not able to de-escalate, to prevent, you're not able to move from a long distance between the threat and you. It's my job, it's our job as parents as well to give them this amount of hours. I wanted to share this. It was really fun. I had one of my students, Terry. Hello, Terry. You are here? Yes. She organized this. But the data is conclusive. You do this. You do 1 hour, guys. We do 1 hour, and it's not enough. It's enough to open the mind. It's enough to look at this. I had a student today. One of the girls was saying that, oh, this is my second class. It starts to tick. It starts to make sense. So that's what I'm asking. Come to class. If you don't have Krav Maga near us, go to our videos. If you have Krav Maga near you, brilliant, join them. Assess the program, assess if it works for you. See what you can get in this. After this, to have an idea, a month training twice a week, it has 8 hours of training. Okay, so I'm talking about training 4 months. Okay, at least, to make sure that all the contents are reviewed. I really hope you enjoy and they continue to practice. Again, the situations in there are very clear. We need to engage in learning paths for children and teenagers and preteens that provide them the skills to defend themselves. Gonzalo here, see you soon.